alcoholic counsellor
Okay.
a number of years. I was there probably about 10 years, and then I left John of God's, and I went into a company called HOECHSD, Herx. They were spelled Hodge, but pronounced Herx, German company.
Yeah.
Matt Brown was the MD there, so I was a medical rep there, and became the best rep that they had in the thing there. And then I left them and went to Squibb, and I was a rep with Squibb, and that's where I was covering 26 counties, medical rep. For this product Medicator. And a young guy came in then and became general manager, a guy much younger than me, and he asked me would I like to be sales manager. I was quite shocked because I'd never thought of it. I thought I was doing fantastic in medical rep. I mean, I never thought of being sales manager for him. So he was very persistent and things, so I took it on. I was nervous, and then I became, after a short while, sales marketing director, and then managing director in Bristol Myers Squibb. And then I went from that I became senior director in Europe for Bristol Myers Squibb, and I was on the board of Bristol Myers Squibb as well here in Ireland. And I then got a call one night from Mary Coughlin. She was Minister for Education.
Oh yes, Donegal.
And Voss was in a mess at the time. Do you remember all that thing about with all the money and the travel in first class and the wives and I forget the chap's name. He was from Offaly, who was CEO.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And Mary Coughlin asked me would I take on Voss because it needed to be either broken up or taken out of it, or some way tried to rebrand it again, and that it was a basket case at the time. So I actually thought it was someone setting me up. So I thought, I was out for a walk with a friend of mine, James Hennessy, and I'm Mary Coughlin, and I said, yeah. And I was winking at James. We were walking along, this thing, and he was listening in as well as we were chatting. We were having a good laugh between us at the thing. So I said to myself, I tell you what, I'll see you in Bewley's, one of those hotels up in Sandyport, the other one I think it was at the time, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. And then she said, that's grand. So we're having a good laugh now because we think, we've got it, and we've cut it this one, So I went up the next morning at 10 o'clock thinking it was going to be a joke, but she was there, and I had a chat with her, and she said that Brian Cowan, who was Taoiseach at the time, was interested to know would I take on Voss. So I took the Voss role on, and they changed governments, and Rory involved out, and Rory Quinn came in. He asked me to stay on, so that was when we disbanded Voss. The thing was damaged so badly you couldn't restore it. But we had 4 tough years because it was on television and radio I wasn't, but the story was. And the temptation was to get involved yourself. And so now you become the story, or you become more important. So I never went near any, but I never gave any interviews. I think one interview or two was max what I gave, because I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to stay focused on where we're at. And we had a lot of issues at that time. There was a number of people that time in the courts. For a car that went missing and monies and stuff. And then there was a huge amount of labour court issues as well over things that had happened. But we managed the whole way through that. We closed Voss down. And it's now Solis. Jewish Solis. And I was going to stay on then, but I as chair. But Seamus Cullimer, who's from Wexford here, Seamus said to me, Michael, you're mad to stay on. Said you went in, you took on a job no one else would take on, and I took it now for the same reason we're talking about. I wanted to put something back into society, and I felt that I could do that, and I had the experience to do it. But when we finished with the thing and set up the solace and the whole thing, I could have stayed on another, but I decided, and I talked to Seamus. Seamus said to me, "You've got away with something." But no one would believe you wouldn't have been damaged in the process of that,
Right.
And you've got away with that. He said, if I was you, because I'll tell you now, Seamus, the next TD down here in Wexford, and Seamus said to me, I'm telling you now, Mike, anything goes wrong in the next 4 or 5 years, anything goes right, you get no credit for it. Anything goes wrong, I guarantee you, come back and dump it on your thing. He said, you've got the thing sorted, get out. That'll be my advice, and I took it, so I got out. And before that, I'd been on the board of Bord Iascaigh Mhara.
Okay.
And Paddy O'Shea, that was on the board at that time. But sure, Paddy was typical of a lot of the guys that goes on these boards. Paddy would sleep at the meeting, and someone had said Dingle or fucking something about fishing and this new boats or something. He'd fucking sell Dingle then for 2 hours, put them right away, and the minute that we all fell asleep. But so it was interesting to spend those years though to get a look at what happens.
Yeah, you had
inside those organisations and inside the public service and Dennis O'Brien asked me to go as a patron of Special Olympics, so I've been still on that actually. So they were kind of the things that I took on when I retired, and my own feeling on those things was that to do them just for to put stuff back into the country that had been very good to me. And so that was mostly my involvement. The European role with Bristol Myers Squibb was a great role as well, in that it meant I was negotiating with all governments across Europe, pricing and new medications coming in. So it was a very different role than I had been doing before as MD in Ireland, driving the business. And we'd been very successful in driving the business here. Just something. There's a couple of things on that might be of interest as you think. One of the ones when I was MD, one of the things that came up was one was breast cancer, cancer in general, but breast cancer in particular. And we found out, because we had a product in that area, realised that what was happening was that women were being referred to a surgeon or an oncologist, or generally to a surgeon, because if you referred a woman to an oncologist, it meant she had cancer, so you didn't want to write her, so they referred to surgeons.
Oh, right, I get you.
And surgeons do what surgeons do.
They cut.
Yeah. So very high level of people having their breast removed and whatever else. And the more we dug into it, the more we realised there was no team, there was silos, there was surgeons and what they did, and they didn't speak to oncologists. Who didn't speak to radiologists.
Right.
Who didn't speak to GPs. And there was a professor in but this is just about silos, how silos, even in people's lives, I would say, how silos are so strong that they become even more important than people's lives. And there was a Professor Higgins in Vincent's who was passionate about trying to set up this team treatment for cancer that we have today, where the oncologist and the surgeon and the oncology nurse and the radiologist and they sit down and they do a case history of your cancer and then decide what treatment. So you're going to get surgery first, or you're going to get oncology first, and that's all laid out. That's the way it is now, which is fantastic. And Professor Higgins was the first man, and we set up meetings in Ireland at that time to get surgeons and oncologists. We as a company, because we knew these.
You could see what was happening.
The data was telling us there's a problem here. Women are dying, but these silos won't allow people change.
Right.
Because everyone's self-interested.